invite you to be seated. Would everyone please join with me in an attitude of prayer? Gracious and loving God, we gather this day with hearts full of gratitude as we welcome a new academic year and a new community of students. We thank you for the gift of learning, for the privilege of study, and for the opportunity to grow in wisdom and in service. Bless this college, its faculty, staff, and students, both new and returning. May this be a place where knowledge is pursued with integrity, where curiosity is nurtured, and where each person's gifts are discovered and celebrated. Grant to these students courage for the journey ahead, perseverance in times of challenge, and joy in moments of discovery. Surround them with friendships that uplift, mentors who guide, and a community that encourages them to flourish. As we begin this new chapter together, may all that we do here be done with purpose, with compassion, and with hope for a future that reflects your love and justice. We offer this prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Convocation. It's a celebration of the start of your journey here at Drury. It's a chance to get our party started. My name is Jeff Frederick, and it's my privilege to be the president here. I'm the guy with the dog at the corner of Benton and Calhoun, if you're not sure exactly who I am. I'm as excited as ever to be here. I hope you are as well. Let me begin today by welcoming all of our new students. Welcome. Let me welcome our talented faculty who are here today. Let me welcome our Warren White Scholars, who we'll get to celebrate here in a little bit. And welcome to all of our staff here. On behalf of everyone, I greet you, I welcome you, and I'm thrilled that you're here. When you applied to come to Drury, when you volunteered in the community on Monday, when you went to class Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, you indicated in one way or another that you believed in college. You came here convinced that the totality of what you'll do here over the next 4 years, as well as your next 40 years, will matter. You came to Drury because you believe that what you will do here individually and what we will do collectively matters. It matters for this moment in your life, but also for the years ahead. You came to Drury because this university and our faculty and our staff are committed to making this place as welcoming and comfortable as possible. You came to Drury to find your people. You came to find your purpose. And you came to develop the skills that will last you a lifetime. What we do here at Drury, and it's the single most important thing any college can do, and the thing that we should do well, is we turn our students into graduates that have the skills and the experiences that lead to meaningful and fulfilling lives. Today and every day, we accept the challenge to help you reach your goals. Let me make just a couple of points in our time together this morning. As we recruited you, we made those same 3 promises I mentioned just a moment ago. If you come here, you'll find your people. If you come here, you'll find your purpose. And if you come here, you'll acquire the skills necessary to change your world, however big or however small you want your world to be. I'd like to follow up on these 3 ideas with just a couple of points, and then we'll get on with the rest of the program. First, let's talk about your people. Let me start by pointing out who some of them may end up being. These talented and brilliant educators here on the floor this morning in these chairs in front of me are excellent teachers and scholars. They are advisors, they are mentors, and some of the very people who in just a couple of years will be writing letters of recommendation for your first job, for medical school, for law school, or otherwise opening any number of doors for you. In last year's Panther poll of Drury students, fellow students cited faculty more than any other group as their mentors. They bragged that our faculty as advisors were readily available, they were responsive to requests to meet, and they were friendly and knowledgeable about the key academic issues that will be in your windshield. The people who teach you here at Drury are the key to getting you to your goals. And I strongly urge you in your first week or two to come by the offices of those people who will teach you. Be willing to extend your hand and get to know them, and to start regularly coming to see them with everything that might come to mind. In the same vein, I urge you to look around, not only into this room, but all across our campus. There are so many people here that have both the same questions and the same aspirations for the next 4 years as you do, and some here who have absolutely aced their first year at Drury. Get to know each other on this campus. Be brave enough to sit next to somebody new at lunch or in the library. Study together. Find a workout partner. Find someone who likes the same music as you do, or better yet, someone who does not. Get involved, but more importantly, get deeply engaged in the organizations, causes, activities, events, research, internships, and collaborations that make Drury special. If there's an art gallery opening, go by and see it. If there's a speaker on campus, even if it's a discipline apart from what you're interested, go listen to it. If there's a musical performance, attend. And if there's a ball game, don't be afraid to come support the Panthers. This is how you find each other. This is how you start building a network that will be here for you this year and every year. Drury is full of people that will both ask you how you're doing and then stop and wait to listen to your answer. And both of those are important. You will find those people here. You never know if your greeting, your smile, your conversation will make a difference that is so needed in that moment to someone. And I would say that I'm of the belief that it's always a good time to quote Dr. Seuss. To the world, you may just be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. On the second point, find your purpose. If you sit here today not perfectly sure what you're going to do professionally for the rest of your life, then you're like most of us. And that's perfectly okay. I changed my major in college. Plenty of the people who will teach you change their major in college as well. That's life. The national average is people change their major almost 3 times before they graduate. Totally okay. Because what it says is that your purpose is going to evolve. What you start off thinking might not be what you do next or 2 or 3 times down the line. Your purpose is going to change, and fortunately for Drury, we understand that, and the Cox Compass Center, located in the O'Reilly Enterprise Center, can help you think through that, as can these professors, as can staff, as can coaches, as can me. My office is in the Burnham Building, room 102. Come see me. More importantly, as you continue to think through what you're doing, start to trust yourself. Start to live in a world where it's okay if you don't have every answer at every moment, but know that you'll get there. My argument to you as a historian is that there's never before been a time in history where you can make a bigger impact, no matter what your vocation, your calling, or your life purpose is. In fact, your life is going to feature more options to adjust to your own sense of purpose over time than any previous generation. You don't have to be one thing. You can be lots of things. In that sense, Drury will both help you think about your sense of calling or purpose, but also remind you, again, that it's okay if you're not completely sure as you sit here today or next month or even next year. We are set up to help you identify your purpose, but it's also true that your sense of professional and personal mission may evolve over the course of your life. Theologian Howard Thurman gives us a little bit of interesting ideas in terms of how to approach the idea of what your purpose is. Thurman says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and then go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I suggest you start with that idea here. What brings you alive? What generates your passion? What are the things you think about? And then find a way to start doing it and pursuing it right here at Drury. The rest will soon enough fall into line. This brings me to my final point. One of the many purposes of a university education is to teach you the skills the techniques, the aptitudes, the experiences, the sources and methods for thinking for yourself. Drury is and remains a liberal arts-based university where your major and your minor and your certificate will include a large dose of liberal arts content. You'll think about skill development in writing and in presenting, in problem solving, in marshaling creativity, in critical analysis, in information literacy. You'll learn here how to stack evidence. You'll learn how to recognize patterns of thought. You'll identify most important and least important factors in any number of courses. And of course, you'll work a lot on interpersonal communication. To be honest, the list is a heck of a lot longer than this, but the foundational skills of learning how to learn are critical, and they will stay with you for a lifetime, and they'll allow you to tackle challenges that might seem unconquerable or ones that, as you sit here on a Thursday, you cannot imagine will confront you in a decade or two. My argument to you today is that there is a power inherent in adaptability. And the more adaptable you become for the rest of your life, the more you're going to dictate how you spend your time personally and professionally. The power of adaptability within the context of uncertainty and in a world of constant change cannot be overestimated. 4 years from now, you will walk across the stage here, I will hand you a diploma, and I might whisper, "Do you feel adaptable?" If I do, remember that you heard that here today. Adaptability is your toolbox for negotiating the next 60 years of your life. And the great thing about that toolbox is it's both durable and it's portable. These skills that Drury will teach you will last you forever. And to get to all Dr. Seuss again will take you all the places you will go. The liberal arts you acquire at Drury will help you change your purpose, your career, and your location as time unfolds. I hope that you will be change hungry and not change averse, because the pace of change is not slowing down, it's only increasing. Forgive the history story. In the early 20th century, and for a decade or so, commercial aviation was grounded in the belief that there was a 200-mile-per-hour wall that an aircraft could never overcome. You'll never get over 200 miles an hour. It's just simply not possible. And even if it was, it would have such deleterious effects on the human anatomy that why would anyone want to go 200 miles per hour? Within a decade or so of those public pronouncements, an aircraft had gone 350 miles an hour. By 1947, the sound barrier, about 760 miles per hour, had been broken, Mach 1. A modern fighter jet can now fly in excess of 1,500 miles per hour for short bursts. And the all-time record for a piloted aircraft that is rocket-powered is over 4,000 miles an hour. And just 40 years earlier, people said, "You'll never get to 200 miles per hour." Change is not new to this generation, but it sure seems to be coming faster. My point here is that limits that sometimes can be thought to be impossible simply require people to think beyond the obstacles. Change comes when barriers are seen merely as obstacles to higher level thinking and problem solving. Barriers are not walls that cannot be overcome. Barriers are not permanent. They're simply obstacles that require higher level thinking and problem solving. And change comes when you outthink the problem. And for me, that's a layman's definition of the liberal arts. Giving you the capacity to outthink the problems that are simply obstacles and can never become walls or permanent barriers. Because of Drury, I will say that you will learn to ask better questions. You'll be a better collaborator. You'll spot patterns more easily. You'll remain intellectually curious longer. You'll be more adaptable. You'll be more versatile. You'll write and you'll speak and you'll lead from a greater inventory of depth, breadth, and experience. And again, that would be a layperson's definition of a liberal arts curriculum. These liberal arts skills at Drury are merged with professional programs like business and preparation for careers in medicine and architecture and engineering and so many other opportunities that you'll have here. And collectively, they reside within an academic concept we call fusion, which is of many ways an important mile marker in the evolution of higher education. Because it's not liberal arts or professional programming, it's both. It's not a wall between the two, it's a gate that allows you to traverse between one and the other. To only have an immersion into training for one job, your first job, might be seen as a transaction. Come here and we'll get you ready for that one thing. But at Drury, we're trying to aim higher, and we certainly do not apologize for it. The blend of liberal arts and professional programs is designed to do more than create a transaction. It's a cocktail designed for transformation. Not a one-time, punch your ticket, do one thing. A how do you have the skills for the rest of your life to be whatever it is you want to be. Put differently, I want you to be ready for your first job, but I also want you to be ready for your 10th. I want you to have a skill set needed for today's sense of calling, but how it evolves. 2 years, 2 decades, a couple of kids, a couple of mortgage payments, and a car payment ahead of you. We want you to leave here with degree in hand and a head full of versatility and adaptability, but also fearlessness and hopefulness, armed with an ever-widening group of skills, all conveniently carried with you in a bucket or backpack for the rest of your life. That is Drury. That is what we do. And that's what we'll do together as one Drury. So finally, this charge today at Convocation is not an obligation, but rather simply a mantle passed down from each generation to the next, to do good work while you're here, to do it in the interest of yourself, but also in the common good of those around you. Your college experience at Drury will redound to your families and to your neighborhoods, to your places of business, to your churches, to all who will benefit from your engagement, your aptitude, your sense of self, your respect for others, and your capacity to make your communities make better decisions. In this way, Convocation today, then, is the start of your college academic journey, but it's also the first deposit that you will make in the common good of your fellow human beings. Take a selfie by the Panther this week. It's cleaning, and its refreshed patina should be done by tomorrow afternoon. Put it in a digital album. Take another one 4 years when I hand you that diploma we talked about. In between, think about how your life will be transformed, how you will be on your way, full of growth and passion, excellence, resilience, trust, character, and that bucket of skills that will go with you everywhere you go. And each of those, like all the other skills that you will get in your time here, are going to last you a lifetime. And that's pretty cool. See you around campus.
Drury University, class of 2030. I am sure that you have been told over and over again that college will be the best 4 years of your life. I remember being in your shoes years ago, which really just feels like last week, thinking about this phrase that I had heard time after time. I had put a lot of pressure on myself about what I thought my time at Drury would look like, the friends I would have, the classes I would take, and the clubs I would be in. I had the perfect set-in-stone plan for the person I would be and become in college. However, what I could not have planned for was how Drury would change me as a person. Drury stands out from many academic institutions. It's not a place to get a degree. It's a place to help you realize what you can do at your full potential. Drury has pushed me to the boundaries of what I thought I could do socially, academically, and professionally over and over again. And while this may seem scary, stressful, or uncomfortable at times, it is actually the reason I believe that Drury doesn't just prepare you for a career, it helps you to become a change maker in your community. One thing I hope you've already learned is how fast the world changes, for better or for worse. This is why embracing, understanding, and implementing change is so important. Without this mindset, we're subject to outside influences and don't have the ability to create change in our communities. Change makers drive progress in their fields, and I believe that Drury helps you realize how to be a change maker in any field that you pursue. However, Drury will only empower you as a change maker if you let it. I have truly had countless opportunities come my way that have pushed me far out of my comfort zone, from being an O-leader to hosting a campus radio show to creating a new campus concert tradition to now being student body president. These are all truly once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and need to be treated as such. And I am incredibly grateful to have been given these experiences to make change in the Drury community. Looking all the way back to freshman year, I realized that I'm not the person that I had planned on becoming. I'm friends with people I wouldn't have expected, I'm taking classes outside of what I thought I would do, and I'm in clubs that I would never have guessed to be involved in. However, this is anything but a negative. I'm more passionate about what I care about, have found the career that aligns with that passion, and most importantly, have expanded my understanding of myself and the world around me. If you only get one thing from this speech, please let it be this: allow Drury to change you. You're bound to mess up, completely change directions, take on too much at once, and wonder how you got yourself into tough spots. You'll be uncomfortable, but that's okay. And while having goals and plans for your life is important, it is just as important to accept that these plans can quickly and completely change. This is the only way to understand and embrace change, and the Drury community is built to support you through every step of the way. Drury University creates change makers, but only if you let it change you. Thank you.
So now we're to the highlight of opening convo, which is recognition of our Warren White Scholars. And so I just want to start by saying congratulations to the students here on our front row. These are students who were incredibly successful in their first year at Drury. We are celebrating their academic achievements today as the highest grade points for the first year class last year. But if you knew their individual stories, you would find that, much like Avery talked about, they found ways to be successful both in the classroom and out of the classroom. And I hope that if you get a chance to talk with them, that they will share with you their change journey through their first year and what they plan on moving forward. Warren L. White graduated from Drury in 1904. From 1912 to 1916, he served as the assistant prosecuting attorney. He was then elected to the position of Circuit Court Judge in Division II of Greene County. Judge White was reelected for 6 consecutive terms, totaling 36 years. This reflected widespread respect and admiration for his insightful and dispassionate judgments, and a deep understanding of human nature. He retired in 1960 at the age of 75 and died on New Year's Day in 1964 at the age of 79. He established this scholarship to reward achievement for academic excellence by first-year students. These Judge Warren White Scholars that are sitting here today are the students with the highest grade point average after they completed their first year at Drury. The students receive a scholarship and designation of Judge Warren L. White Scholars. So if you would stand, and President Frederick is going to come, and as I say your name, please come across and receive your certificate. Ella Crowder. Cole Esselstyn. Olivia Fleck. Ella Gunnarsson. Taylor Hike. Julia Hogue. Wyatt Keener. Sarah Kimry. Tuan Lee. Savannah Miller. Haley Napper. Asha Narella. Jeremiah Richards. Evie Sly. And Catherine Sweeney. All right, let's give one more big round of applause for these scholars.
Well, our service today is short and sweet. I invite you to please stand for our benediction and then remain standing for the singing of our alma mater. Let us pray. Eternal and gracious God, as we bring this service to a close, we give thanks for the spirit of anticipation and hope that fills this place. Thank you for the students who have entered into this community today, for the faculty and staff who will walk alongside them, and for the families and friends who support them. Send us forth now with a renewed sense of purpose. May this college be a place of discovery, growth, and transformation. Bless the studies begun here, the friendships that will be formed, and the journeys that lie ahead. Grant to all who are gathered here wisdom to seek truth, courage to pursue justice, compassion to serve others, and joy in the work of learning. May the days ahead be marked by curiosity, perseverance, and deepening community. Go with us, O God, and let your light guide our path this day and always. Amen.
Hail, alma mater, journey to thee we pledge in word and deed our loyalty, raising this hymn of praise till the heavens ring. Hail, alma mater, Drury we sing. Christ and humanity, thy motto strong, firm stand thy children true against the wrong. Honor thy watchword, service thy aim. Hail, alma mater, Drury proclaim. Thy spirit as a fire burns in each breast, with courage drawn from thee we spur our quest. Grand be thy destiny, for thee we pray. Hail, alma mater, Drury alway.
As you are able, please remain standing for the recessional.